Hello and welcome to the Port of Gladstone. Some say the engine room of Queensland, an industrial and economic powerhouse, but it's also a haven for boaties and fishermen. This place is so close to Queensland's Great Barrier Reef and it has some amazing spots to flick a lure for a barra or a jack. Some magnificent estuarine waterways. Let's take a look around.
We're on a trailer boat road trip for Club Marine with the magazine's editor Chris Beattie, Greg Haynes of Yes You Guessed It, that famous boating family, and Simon Bochenski and Peter Pembroke from Seakeeper. Everything about Gladstone is big, including our rigs. We're travelling in the latest American muscle trucks from Ram. As any boatie worth his salt knows, you can't beat local knowledge. So my first port of call on arrival is to catch up with my old mate Daryl Branthwaite to get the skinny on what's going on in Gladstone.
I guess that in every second backyard you'd be looking at a fairly nice boat.
It used to be that it was the highest boats per capita registration in the whole of Queensland, 4680, the Gladstone region. And it probably still is. But the boats are not just small ones anymore. They are 6 and 7 metre jobbies, you know? Big tinnies, big fiberglass things, and some guys have brought these in from America and that sort of. But at the end of the day, it's a boating paradise, and the outboard motors, the economy of scale now, allows them to stretch their legs to go a bit further. We're actually in the epicentre of the southern Great Barrier Reef, which is otherwise known as the Capricorn Bunker Group. Now that stretches basically from Lady Elliot Island right through to Northwest Island. And on that we've got the likes of Lady Elliot, which you can fly to, Lady Musgrave, and it's the envy of the Great Barrier Reef because it's got a lagoon that you can get into and it's got an island. It's like we're jumping into an aquarium.
Yep.
And then you've got Heron Island, which is it's being shown on the BBC Blue Planet. It's being shown all over the world. People come here from all over the world to this spot. It's an amazing place, and the boil-ups and the bait schools that are around. So pelagic fishing, sports fishing is good. And you don't have to go too far here. You can go to the other side of the harbour and get into GTs that are 20 and 30 kilos.
It's true, this town is fish mad. They love their fishing. There are boat ramps everywhere you look, and just about every backyard has a boat in it. The local water board even hosts a hatchling facility right in the middle of town to undertake research and develop hatchlings of a number of estuarine species. Tom Hayes runs the facility, and he's very kindly invited us in for a squiz at feeding time for the big barra girls. Now that looks like fun. But there are some very big jacks in this tank, and I reckon they might take more than just a pilly.
So Tom, the Gladstone Area Water Board do more than just keep the water nice for the people of Gladstone. You do all this great work here.
Very much so. So what we do here is obviously breed the barramundi, mangrove jack and sea mullet that are stocked into Lake Awonga. A lot of people wonder why we do that, and there's a very good reason. Before Lake Awonga, the Boyne River used to flow up into that area.
Yep.
There's now a big wall there, so we're re-establishing that connection. Barramundi, mullet, mangrove jack only breed in saltwater, so we breed them here, grow them to 50 mil, and then we put them into the lake.
So you're giving Mother Nature a bit of a hand, but you're giving, pretty ordinary recreational anglers like myself a bit of a hand as well.
For sure. Lake Awonga is the most heavily stocked barramundi impoundment. We're seeing fantastic catch rates now.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to be the barra mecca of the country for sure. The great thing about Lake Awonga is because it's such a healthy, pristine dam, the fish are just growing like you wouldn't believe.
Your breeders here are amazing. I mean, they are massive. They're trophy fish, aren't they? Big jacks, big barra. It's incredible.
For sure. One of the best parts about what we do is those fish we actually select from the wild.
Yeah.
The reason we use wild caught fish from this area is if there is any more overflow events, whatever goes over that wall will contribute to the wild populations.
As part of the management of Lake Awonga, the production of fingerlings and the restocking of the dam has been going on for years, resulting in one of the best sports fishing impoundments in the world, with big barra being landed regularly well over the metre mark. But with a weather forecast looking this good and the Great Barrier Reef right on our doorstep, opportunity is knocking for a magic day on our magic boats. We've come to Gladstone to head wide to some marks near Northwest Island, about 50 nautical miles off the coast. At our first mark, the boys are off to a good start, bagging a few of your typical reef species from around these parts, redthroat and tuskies. There's a bit of surface action out here as well, and the Centre Console 788 is the perfect platform for throwing some chromies. The Seakeeper stabilising gyro is a fabulous addition to the bells and whistles on the 788 and keeps the vessel really stable. We're now that close to Northwest, the lunch stop on its fringing reef seems like a good idea. The colour of the water here is like the rest of this bunker group of islands, absolutely amazing. We're sitting in about 9 metres of water and the boat's hulls are casting shadows on the bottom. It's days like this when we realise why we love this boating lifestyle so much. After lunch we hit another mark in about 40 metres of water known for its big animals, and we hit the jackpot.
Is it a cobia?
Cobia, or black kingfish, have a habit of rising to the surface away from the boat once hooked. This bloke is a monster, and he's about to put on a bit of a turn. Got him! And once in the boat, his sheer size is at last noted. A 30-kilo cobia to Mr. Greg Haynes. What a fish.
Very nice fish. Big black kingfish. And, well, I'll take some credit because I put the boat on your hook. That's about all I did, mate. You must be thrilled. That is a beautiful animal.
We definitely have a feed for when we get back to camp tonight. What a day on the water it's been. Plenty of fish, flat as a tack with 0 to 5 knots and no swell to speak of. Dinner tonight will be at our place at Tannum Sands. We're staying right on the beach at Discovery Parks, a fabulous place to base yourself if you're planning a road trip like this one with caravan sites and really nice cabin accommodation. There's plenty of room to park the boats, there are pools for the kids, great walking tracks along the foreshore. Oh, and it's also close to town if you need to pick up supplies, like breadcrumbs and some lemons to go with your freshly caught fish.
So we've got our fresh cobia. We've taken the skin off, the fillets off, got the nice white flesh. So now we're going to do corn flour, egg, and then breadcrumbs, and then we're going to stick it in the deep fryer, and we'll probably do some chips with it as well, a bit of salad.
Greg Haynes has been cooking fish for as long as I've known him and is putting on a masterclass in the camp kitchen tonight. Haynesy's a big fan of keeping it simple and letting the fish be the star here. There's nothing better than freshly caught, lightly crumbed fish, especially when you've caught it yourself. The food matches the company. It's been a magic few days and we've loved every minute of it. Who would have expected Gladstone to be so welcoming? They've really turned it on. If you'd like to know more about this trailer trip, head for the latest edition of Club Marine magazine. You'll find all the details on the Ram 2500 and Seakeeper's range of life-changing products, plus where you can catch a fish or two along the Curtis coast.